Rolling? Good? My name's Meaghan, and I'm a guest on the Poor People podcast. This is Polk City, Saylorville Lake on the marina. Today we're going to be making our specialty drink, the spicy margarita. So usually we'll make it in the shaker. Pour your count with your heart. And then we'll add some sour into this. And lime juice. Take our Buoy's cup, wet the rim and add some salt to it. Shake this up. We like the foamy consistency. Throw a lime on for the garnish. Put a cute umbrella in there. And then we'll make a virgin. Throw some ice in there, sour as well, lime juice. Shake that up, salt the rim again. All right, and with this one, we'll add some orange juice so it's not just sour, and some Sprite as well. Top it off with the lime. And you got the NA margarita. Oh, and the cute umbrella. I'm sweating, so. The signature shot here at Buoy's is the Root Buoy Float Shot. It's half Dr. McKillicuddy root beer and then half Tippy Cow vanilla soft serve. Oh, that was a little more than half. And there's your beautiful Root Buoy Float Shot. Cheers.
Go for it.
We got it.
Thank you. Appreciate
Hello.
Man, what is up?
Wait, which is the main camera?
There's not a single that we got it on all angles.
Yeah, it's on all of us.
shit.
So if you want to
Okay.
look at your own
so
camera,
just
you
look
have
at your
own camera.
camera in front of you.
Yeah, so we don't have a good side. We just
Have
It's
all
all
sides.
sides. It's all sides.
Welcome to Poor People.
Welcome to Poor
Hi,
People.
hi, hi. We're outside.
We outside.
we outside.
We are on the lake at Saylorville Lake.
At Buoy's.
Good old Buoy's.
This place is super cool. And we're here with our guest, Meaghan.
Meaghan.
What's
Hi,
up,
hi, hi.
Meaghan?
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, dude.
I've only been a bartender
there.
for 2 months, but here we are.
Here
yeah,
we are.
I got all the
That's
stories.
exciting.
That's
I love that.
perfect. That's perfect.
I've been begging for like 3 years, but
I
we finally made it.
So
Finally
wait-
part of
To
the
be a
crew.
bartender.
Yep.
Yeah.
You started
I feel
as a
that.
server.
Started as a server
Here for 3 years?
Yeah, this was my first serving job, and I just got thrown into it.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Oh, whatever. It just you just do it.
Did you cry?
No,
You didn't cry.
Did you
surprised.
cry?
I'm surprised I didn't cry. I started Memorial Day weekend, and it was crazy busy. This
I
was
bet.
the
Oh,
first day
gosh.
that we reopened after COVID, and packed. So many people. People were standing. You had to like shimmy through people to get around, and food orders were backed up. Drink orders were backed up. But everybody was having a good time. There's a band. You couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
That was your
And-
first day serving?
First day
No.
serving.
Oh, shit.
It was, but that was like the best way to go into it. You have to, I
Right,
feel like
yeah.
you have to start just like getting
yeah.
thrown into
Yeah.
it.
You have to
Oh, yeah.
sink
Yeah,
before
fake it
you
till you
swim.
make
Yes,
it.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even get trained, dude. I literally didn't know the menu, didn't know anything. I was like, oh, you want that?
Oh,
I
gosh.
don't think we have that, but let me check.
I could not, because I already feel like I cannot fucking hear people's orders
Yeah.
for the most basic shit. So if it was
Uh-huh.
like I didn't know the menu either, I'd be like, I have no idea what you said. I already asked you 3 times. Like I can't fucking ask you again. And then I panic. And
Yep,
then I
no,
cry.
I think I panicked a little bit, but I was like, at the end of the night, I got my tips in and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like a $500 night on my first night. I'll
Yeah.
take that.
All right.
Nice.
I'll
Oh,
take
for
that.
sure.
I don't even think I did a good job, but like here we are.
Do you
Is-
think
Might
people
as
have
well.
the patience for that though? Knowing that this place gets so busy, do you think they have the
No.
patience for that, or do
No.
they get kind of snippety?
No, people get pissed off. They get so.
And this place gets
pissed.
packed.
It gets
Yeah.
packed, and it's like,
especially on like a holiday weekend.
yeah. And then when we are out of drinks and we don't have cold ones anymore, people get pissed.
Oh
and I'm
my
like, what do you
gosh.
expect? We're outside. It's
Yeah.
hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Like your only option, you want a Busch Light. That's the most popular drink that we have right now that are
Yeah.
just rolling out. Like if you want a glass of ice, I'll give you a glass of ice. But
Right.
like that's
Yeah.
the best I can fucking do. I can't give you anything better than that.
Mhm.
And people do not like that. They don't like it.
Wait, like having a glass of ice like with a Busch
With
Light?
the Busch Light, which I get, like that's not like
Oh.
your first choice, but like, would you
Right.
rather have a warm Busch Light?
No way.
All right.
And they like don't want to change their beer option.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So wait, did you serve at any other places? I feel
No.
like I'm training you right now. Have you ever served before?
No,
This is an
no,
interview.
like dead ass. I've never served before.
Okay.
I worked at like a cafe for a while, but it wasn't even like
Like as a
what
barista?
was that? Yeah, like making like coffees and
Okay.
like on the register and whatnot. So like I had like the customer service.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I knew like how to talk to people and whatever. But yeah, never served a day in my life.
And then worked as a server here for 3 years, and then got brought up as a bartender. And
Yep.
then when was your
And-
first day bartending?
Oh God,
2
first
weeks
day.
ago?
No. It was like 2 months ago. I think I started like the second week we were open this summer. Because one of our bartenders was off and they're like, "Oh Meg, like do you want to get in there?" And I was like, "Perfect, like this is my chance."
Yeah.
Like I've been
Yeah.
wanting to bartend, and now since I bartended, I don't want to go back serving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's that's like the hardest part is they're like, "Oh well, like let me get you scheduled, like we'll give you extra days if you want to serve too." And I'm like, "Yeah, great, like I want the money." But then as soon as I get on serving, I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Like I just
It's way different.
it's
No.
way different.
Yeah.
And it's you can't even explain like how different it is.
Even like when you're just like bartending it anywhere else, it's still faster paced than serving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when I'm serving, because there's so many of us, I'm always sitting around, and like when I'm bartending, I'm constantly moving. The time goes so fast, and like you don't have to like serve people as a bartender,
Right.
which I like appreciate in a different way. Like as much as I love like the connection that you make with people when you serve, I love just like having people come up to me and be like, "This is what I want. This is what I need." Like that's it.
Yeah. The fast
And then you
pace.
don't you don't have to like talk to them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the good part about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with people being like shitty, and if they are, like you don't have to. You're just like bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Done.
Walk
I'll give
right
you your
away.
one. Yeah,
Like,
I'll give you your one
be
drink.
back in
and
5
that's
minutes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think if so you were talking about how like or I think we mentioned this before we even started recording, but like if to, like working somewhere else and not getting trained for it, like how you did you say that you didn't get trained before you bartended
No.
because you already knew like the menu and all the drinks and everything?
Yeah.
So I feel that too, because it's like when I've worked at other restaurants, I feel like I can, as soon as I learn the menu, or not even learn the menu, I can like go through the 12 steps of service and like I can nail that even as a bartender, but like I don't need to know the menu even to
Yeah.
just be like, "Oh, I can get you that," or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just write down all the notes, like no jalapeno or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just do that. But I guess that's how I feel, and probably you feel the same way, Anna, of just like you feel like you could bartend or work anywhere. It's just a matter of like learning the drinks and learning the system that they use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, only I guess that's like what Haley has said. You get that bartender ego, that or like the
What ego?
yeah,
Yeah,
the,
no, for
yeah, the bartending ego that you or like server ego. You know, if you've served somewhere else and you've been there for 5 years or whatever. Like I have been in the service industry since I was 15. I've done it all. Like I worked in the back of the kitchen. I worked at the state fair, all that fun stuff. So I've been around a lot of different scenarios, and so yeah, I think if you have been a server before, it's just easy to pick up somewhere else. And the only thing that is kind of different between Haley and I and then all the rest of us is that like you never really worked with food, right? Yeah.
No, I've never. Served.
Yeah, so like Bomb Bar is just a bar, which I love that, and Tonic is just a bar too. And I absolutely enjoy that because I don't have to worry about someone complaining about food.
Yes.
I can just pour them a drink, and if they complain about there's not enough alcohol in it, it's like, okay, watch this.
Yeah.
And then you like pour it like a hefty, like, what'd you say? Pour it with your heart?
Yep, pour it with
yeah,
your
I'm gonna
heart.
pour it with my I'm gonna pour it with extra love in there so then they really can taste it.
Oh,
And
the
fuck
people-
you also.
The
Yeah.
people who say you don't put enough alcohol in there, and you're like, dude, I literally am like the heaviest pour. Like I fill
Right.
that up
Right?
like halfway.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
hear
Oh,
it.
you know, sometimes I say, I go, don't ask me for more chaser. Don't ask me for
No.
more soda in it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, you come up here and ask me for more chaser, I will literally tell you no.
But if you want to fucking double, order a double.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Order a double.
Yeah.
Like what is it? $2 more?
Well, and I think I would also, if they're like, can you like make that strong? I'm just gonna make it a double and charge them for a double.
Oh,
Like-
that's smart.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that.
And
I
it's like,
just-
oh, you said you wanted more alcohol, so I just made a double and charged you for
Yeah.
it. Sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but some people also like, what, you're going to charge me for a double?
You're
They get
goddamn
their
Yes.
they get their
right.
receipt
They're-
back and they're like, what? Like I didn't ask for a double.
You
No.
sure did. You asked me for more alcohol in your drink, and your drink's going to be $12. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye. Oh, we totally forgot. What's the soup of the
Oh
day?
yeah, soup of the day.
Soup of the day is a spicy Rita. Buoy spicy Rita.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
cute.
So cute.
Yeah,
You notice
it's
how
really
she
good.
also tapped it too?
Yes.
What did I do?
No,
'cause
we
you-
all tap it. We always like take like cheers it and then tap it
tap
and
Oh,
drink
I
and
it.
think
take
it's
a
also
drink. Yeah.
a bartender's habit because
Yeah.
behind the bar, I don't know about you, but we take shots.
Oh,
Yeah.
we take shots.
Oh!
And they sneak up on you. Like when I was working on what
Gas,
was
no
it?
brakes.
Friday
Gas,
night.
no brakes.
I hope that my employers aren't listening to me, but
We
shots,
hope they are.
shots
We're gonna
were-
tag them in all of this and you directly.
Yeah, shots were rolling, and then I drove home that night, and I was like, oh,
Whoops.
so I might be like a
Whoa.
little bit tipsy
Yeah.
right now. You don't realize while you're like
No,
bartending.
and like I keep saying this, it's like 3 shots as a bartender is like equivalent to 1 shot as if you're like
Yeah.
at the bar.
oh yeah,
Like yeah,
because you're like hardworking. It's like not even
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
you don't even process
yeah.
that. You
And
just
then
took
you're
a shot.
standing still, and I'm like, oh, I'm pretty fucked up.
I'm pretty
right
Yeah.
fucked up. Yeah.
So, have you ever had someone ask you for a drink and it's not the drink that they want?
Oh yeah.
I had someone ask me for sangria.
Wait. What do you mean by that?
Let me explain.
Okay.
So I had a
I'll
guy.
wait.
I had a guy. Yeah, I had a guy come up and ask me for a sangria with extra olives and extra pickles.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's not right.
So I was
That's
like,
disgusting.
I don't think that's what you want. And he goes, no, that's what my girlfriend wants. I know what she wants. And I was like, I'm gonna wait. Is she in the bathroom? I'm gonna wait for her because I'm not gonna make that. And he goes, that's what she wants. And I'm like, no,
Oh my
no, not quite.
I-
I don't think so. So then I found out where she was. She was on the patio, and I asked her what she wanted, and she goes, I go, do you want a sangria? And she goes, no, I want a Bloody Mary with extra olives and extra
God.
pickles, which I knew that's what she
Yeah,
wanted.
I was
but
gonna
her
say you would
her
assume.
boyfriend was just really adamant about a sangria. Now, a sangria is red wine that is sweet and it has fruit in it, like oranges and stuff like that.
Love me some
Not
sangria.
oh god, not olives, not pickles. And he just looked at me, and I looked at him. I go, okay, I'll be right back with your Bloody Mary.
I wish you
should've
would have
made
made it. You said it in front of the
I would
girl,
too.
and she looks at her boyfriend like, "What the fuck is this?" And he has
He's
to be like,
"Babe."
"That's what you wanted."
You wanted
Babe,
the
I know.
sangria.
No,
I
the
couldn't.
olives
I-
and the pickles.
I couldn't. I flat out looked at him. I go, I am not making that.
No.
And he goes, what?
I mean, you should have made it and charged him for it, and then you had to make a new one, pay for that one too.
Yeah, sorry.
Or I have.
I like telling people no, so like
Yeah.
think that's what the best part was.
and like making sure they know
Yeah.
they know
Yeah.
they're wrong.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Which in like customer service, it's like the customer is always right, but like in that case, you're wrong.
It's
I'm
like,
sorry.
You're wrong.
I'm
Customers
sorry.
always
Honestly-
right until they're wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
9 times out
No.
of 10 they are wrong.
No, exactly. You can't let them know that. Though,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I do.
Gosh.
I do. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
I can't help
no,
it.
I do too, and I think it's just the
'Cause
vibe
it
of
was-
the bars
he
that
was
we
being
work at.
rude.
Well,
Okay.
straight
Yeah.
up,
He was
like,
being fucking
But
rude.
Yeah.
that's the difference between being a bartender and a server. As a bartender, I feel like you're allowed to put people in their place, but as
Yeah.
a server, it's like you're gonna get stiffed if you put somebody in
yeah.
their place. Like I mean, as a bartender, you probably like we get stiffed all the time, but
Right.
like that's just that's gonna happen, you know. But like as
Yeah.
a server, it's like well, your tab is gonna be all together like what, like 150, and if you don't tip me because I was like you're wrong.
Because I
Yeah.
called you out on
Yeah,
your bullshit.
So then that goes back to, someone ordering a drink that they don't actually mean. Is it because they're like way too drunk, or is it because like
they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
okay.
probably both.
Which is
was
it's
probably
probably
both.
both. Yeah, especially out here, it's probably both.
Well, and so, we kind of mentioned it before. Like somebody orders like a vodka Tito's instead of like a vodka soda.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my
you
God.
Tito's and vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
You're like, you just want vodka straight?
Wait,
Are you 19?
so the question is, when people say I want like a vodka like soda, do you say like, oh, do you want Tito's, or like do you have a preference, or do you like just give them well right away?
I try to upsell.
I try to upsell.
I try to
I
upsell.
usually honestly just pour well.
You pour well.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we all work at speed bars too, and this is
Yeah.
a speed bar also. So it's typically if you're like getting what I would do.
You
Anyways,
don't
is
question it.
I would I would just do well at that time. But then if I like have time to like chat with the customer or whatever, then I'll be like, oh, do you want like a Tito's or a Grey Goose or whatever?
Yeah.
And-
I just do Tito's automatically.
Is that your well?
That's not our well. Our well is like Hawkeye vodka.
No
or
way.
like Blue Ox.
Oh,
Ah.
no.
Yeah, so like I just normally just pour Tito's, and people like if you don't specify, I'm gonna pour Tito's because our well is awful. And 9 times out of 10, I have people as I'm pouring the well, they go, "Oh, I wanted Tito's."
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
just
that
I just
does happen.
automatically do
Yeah.
Tito's.
And just charge
Yeah.
them for a Tito's.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Do you? How often do you actually pour Hawkeye then?
I don't think it's hot guy now, I think it's Barton. It just depends on
Or
like
Phillips.
yeah,
Phillips.
yeah, or like Phillips. But I
We
don't
had
know.
Phillips for a long time.
I
and
don't
then
know.
we have Gotcha also.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned this before, but we at the OP got Gotcha because of Bomb Bar.
Uh-huh.
Because we had Blue Ox
Mhm.
and then realized Andy told me, oh shit, the owner of Bomb Bar told me that the Gotcha was cheaper than Blue Ox. So then we went that route right after we had Blue Ox for maybe 3 or 4 months and then got Gotcha right after.
See, it all just depends on like how much the price is, and then we figure out like if we want to like pay that because like the cases are expensive.
Yeah.
So we just go based off of what the sale is that week and what kind of vodka we get. But I think it's Phillips for now. But I always do Tito's.
Because
We,
like
we
Phillips,
have
I think.
Smirnoff for ours.
Oh really?
For our well, it's Smirnoff.
That's
so
what it
it's
is.
like,
It
yuck.
Who's on first also?
Yeah,
Because
like
I worked
the
there
high
too.
end.
Yeah.
Not even high end, but high end.
Do you
for
do you know
well.
that Who's on First is owned by the same people
Yeah.
as Buoy's? Okay.
Yeah, and people don't like who's on first.
Really? Why? Tell me why. Tell me why. I need to know because I haven't been there in like a minute.
Wait, do you want to save that for the
Well,
Patreon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll say it,
actually,
we'll
I
say it.
have also some words on that
Oh,
I've been
okay.
meaning to
Oh,
say.
okay.
Oh,
Okay,
good,
we'll save that
good,
for the
good.
Patreon. Don't forget to follow us on Patreon because we'll talk about that tea on there. Haley, why'd you take your sunglasses off?
I can't do it. You know, I get headaches and like this
Oh,
is
so
already
like
the
bothering me. So yeah,
suction?
it's too
Okay,
much.
well, if
Sorry.
you guys
do we
don't-
leave ours
Sorry,
on,
I'm
or is
sorry.
this the time that we show our eyes?
I don't know.
Should we like show our personalities?
Do
now?
we all do it?
I
Do
think
we
we
all
do.
do
I feel
it?
like you
We
have
have to
to
do it in a row. Hold
Right,
on,
yours
hold
are
on.
so dark.
Okay.
Like
I'll start,
Oh.
and then 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
ready? 1, 2, 3.
reveal.
Ugh.
Whoa!
Wow, it's so
You
bright.
guys are
Ugh.
beautiful.
the
Beautiful
can't
eyes.
see
blue and brown
anything.
eyes. We love it.
I probably have lines.
I'm wondering with being outside, are the bugs like just extra terrible out here?
Oh, so bad. Like I swallow at least 10 bugs every night.
A day?
And then the amount of spiders that are like up and down above your, like Charlotte's Web, where like
Yeah,
the spiders are
yeah.
like up and down. Like you'll look around and there's just like 5 spiders
Yeah.
like dropping
no.
down.
Yeah.
And like I think with the flooding too, there's more of those like little water bugs that fly around
Oh,
and they're just
yeah.
like in swarms around
I already
here.
have like 3 mosquito bites.
I
oh
was
yeah,
gonna say,
yeah. The
I've-
mosquito bites are insane.
There's been flies flying around.
But gnats already in bars in general are like terrible.
Mhm.
I made a few bombs this weekend and
That had
I
gnats
poured
in
like
it?
6 of them and the last one I can see a gnat floating in it. And I'm
See,
like,
that happens all
God.
the
I have
time
to pour
here.
it out.
That's
Yeah.
that's the regular. You're gonna get a bug in your drink, and you're gonna you
Well,
either take it out or extra protein.
my question is, do you tell them there's a gnat in it? Do you
No.
just remake it, or do you turn around and try to take the
I
gnat out?
don't even try to take. Sometimes I'll try to take it out, but if it's
you just
in
serve
there,
it and don't
yeah.
say anything?
If they say something, they're like, "Oh, there's a bug in
Yeah.
here." Like, I'll either give them the decision, like I'll hand them the straw and be like, "You can like pull it out yourself," or like if you're really gonna like bitch about it, I'll make
Yeah.
you another drink.
Yeah.
But-
Okay, I am definitely guilty of this. If there's anything in the drink at all, and if it's bad, like, oh god, this sounds so terrible. This is why we're poor people, though.
It's
This is
real.
why
It's
we're poor
real.
people.
It's
But like,
funny.
let's say like I'm pouring a beer or whatever, and I see something in it, I'll just dump it out real quick,
yeah, just
and
like
then
a quick
and
and
then
keep
just top
filling,
it off.
keep
Yeah.
filling, yeah.
Well, I was like, I was on a roll this weekend, by the way, but I
You've
poured
been
like
feeding gnats. To
no,
people.
I was just
Dude, I fed so
I
many
was
gnats
moving
to
fast.
so many
People,
people.
it was busy, and someone ordered like 7 bombs, and I poured it fucking perfectly and like all lined up, and then the last one had a gnat in it, and I had to pour it out, and I'm like, they're all watching me, and they probably don't know why I poured it out, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, I had to remake it, and it looks like I didn't make enough or something.
Yeah.
Well,
The shame
feel it.
behind not
do you
making
ever
enough
feel
for the
like
shot.
someone thinks that like the reason why you poured that one out is because like you put something in it?
I don't know. I don't even know why.
like
'cause
drugs
Or just like there's
or like
something.
your finger.
Yeah, or like something. I don't know.
Or I don't
Nah.
even think I poured it out
yeah.
right away. I put it down
I,
like,
like, straight
behind
up-
under the bar.
I straight up like
No, the finger.
You do not. You do
when I
not.
serve drinks, yeah.
No, you don't.
And then I go like this afterwards.
Oh, no, you don't.
You guys need
Stop.
anything else?
Wait, I have
No,
another
no.
question that kind of goes
I've never
along
done
with that, though.
but that'd be
Do
so
you-
funny.
Are we supposed to be grabbing limes with our hands?
No.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're not?
No.
No. No, but we all do it.
We all do it.
know we all do
Like
it.
people are like, "Can I have like 5 extra limes?" And I like grab a handful.
I
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
it like under the bar. Like I keep my limes in my ice well,
Oh.
and I just like put it in a cup for them so they can like then grab it. But I'm not like,
Yeah.
here you
So
go,
they
here's
don't
your
know,
lime.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to use like tongs or a glove.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
That takes too much time though.
Or like a toothpick.
We're
or
gonna
a
lose
skewer.
we're all gonna lose our jobs right after this.
Literally
No,
everyone
not me.
does it. Literally everyone does it.
No, everybody does it, especially in Iowa.
But
too.
that's why people say stay away from like the fruit. Stay away
yeah.
from it. 'Cause it's
oh
like,
yeah, I never
they're
like
left
even this
out,
like
they're-
I haven't even touched
Oh,
that.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm not gonna suck on that later. Like,
But it looks cool.
yeah,
It looks good.
the presentation is.
Yeah,
that's
the
what
presentation
matters.
is
Did you just
key.
eat it?
She's like, I don't even
well,
care.
mine is in my
Yeah, it's
drink.
not that good.
Mine is, you're just building
It
an
tastes like
immune
your
system.
fingers, Megan.
It
Hold
just-
on.
You're building your immune system.
It's
Be like, you had to pay extra for the one that I touched.
yeah, extra $200.
That's what I say.
Extra
Yeah.
$200 and she'll spit on your limes for you.
Oh my god. We're
It's
never
a
gonna
running
let
joke
that
that we
go.
have.
Yeah,
The
it's
a
problem
running
is
joke
that
we
there's
have.
explain
people
later.
here that would definitely
Oh, yeah.
pay the money for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It looks like you got a great job working here.
Yeah,
Yep.
we get extra tips from the most random shit.
Yeah, my first day, a guy asked me to spit in his mouth, and I said I'll do it for $200.
Did he give you 200?
No, he's
Oh.
fucking broke.
Oh, of course. It's
But
always
she
the broke
still
guys.
spit in his mouth.
It's always the broke guys that like run up the.
Wait, okay, so what's like weird shit that you've done for extra tips here? Or do we
2
save it?
months
Do we
in.
save it for the Patreon?
We save it for the Patreon.
Nice, and that's
Oh.
another follow up. You gotta follow our Patreon because we got
Oh
some
my gosh.
juicy content.
Some juicy
We got some lime
content.
juice content in there.
What time do you guys close here? What shifts do you work and when do you close?
Oh god, shifts are different every single week. Especially bartending. I usually just get thrown in whenever nobody else wants to work.
Yeah.
Because you're
But-
new. Do you feel that like that happens more because you're newer to
No,
bartending?
because I've been told that I'm a better bartender than a lot of the new people
nice.
who have been
Yeah.
bartending for like 15 years before me, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll take it. Like, I
Is
like
it-
the.
Do you think it's like mostly personality wise or
No.
like making drinks? Like you're just better.
I think that it's. I mean, everybody has a great personality here. I love everybody who works here, but it's like.
Well, there's
they
one
don't-
person I can think that doesn't have a great personality here. Just kidding.
Yeah, true. True. We all
It's
like
one of our
act-
team of producers that are behind.
Yeah,
all
we
of
should
the
mention our
cameras.
producers over here.
No, but it's like they don't know like the pace
That-
of like working here.
Yeah.
Like I think like they've bartended other places, which are like like you get people like coming in, but it's like you have the server tickets too, which are like we have like 20 tables, so it's like all those people are ordering drinks, and then you have like everybody at the bar that's ordering drinks, so it's like you got to be on point with your speed on everything, and I think that's like what makes a difference. But I don't even remember what the question was.
How many bartenders do you guys have? So like, do you have like
Oh,
a
like a
well bar?
night?
Yeah, but do you have a well bartender? So then like you have like
Yeah.
two. So then like they make the tips off of the well bartending for like all the servers, and then you have like 2 or 3 bartenders right here just serving the bar and things like that.
No, that's exactly it. We all split our tips, and then like the tip out from the servers goes to all of us too. So like we usually like rotate around. It's like honestly like wherever you are, like somebody else will fill in like the other spot, which is really nice. But yeah, we usually try to get one person on like the server drinks, and then like one in the middle and one on like the edge of the bar. So that's the best way to go about it. But once you get more than 3 bartenders back there, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys
so
have
crazy.
barbacks also.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and they're great, but like most of the time they're just in the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that
And
the
it's-
barbacks here like work their ass
Yeah,
off.
yeah. Like there's 3 barbacks here that I absolutely love. Like if they worked with me every time that I bartended, I would be like so happy because they know what they're doing. But there's like we have some new barbacks that just like stand in the way, and like we're running around with our heads cut off, and they're like right there, and we're like pushing them
No.
over,
Yeah.
and or they just like sit around, and I'm like, we need these drinks, we need like all this stuff, and they're not doing it. So,
Yikes.
but besides that, like bartending here is great.
What's the
Absolutely
busiest shift
amazing.
that you've worked?
Ooh,
Like what day would it be? Would you say the busiest day?
probably not this year, but like in the past year's 4th of July is
'Kay.
usually the craziest it gets. Like when it's not flooded here, because they go in the parking lot, and like they'll come get drinks here, they'll hang out in the parking lot. Like it's shoulder to shoulder. People are like out past all the John boats. like insane.
Wait, what are
like,
John boats? Also, side note.
the boats that take people like out to their houseboats?
Oh.
So, yeah.
So they're like are they rentals or like? Because I
So-
saw John boat rentals. Was
Yeah,
a
so
sign
you
out
can
here.
you can rent boats and like take them out on the lake, but they have like John boats that are specifically meant for like driving people back and forth to their boats.
I think they're a
Is
smaller
like-
boat. I don't think they're a pontoon boat that's out here. I think
No,
they're
no,
like,
it
are
is
they?
the pontoons. They
It
used
is the
to,
pontoon
yeah, like
boats?
John
Okay.
boats are like known to be like little small like fishing boats, but like these are our John boats are like the 2 pontoons that are right here.
Okay.
But yeah.
So then we were right for those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and like, have you ever had anyone get super drunk and fall in?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's why we had we had to start closing at 11 is because we had, I think the summer before it turned into Fleetwood, which was the summer before I worked there when it was still latitude 41. I think that somebody drowned underneath the dock. And they're
And
like,
died?
okay. Yeah, and died. And they didn't find him until the next day.
Oh.
So I think it was, and we didn't have any railings. There was no railings out here, dude.
What is the light situation out here at night?
So like we
String
have like
lights.
the string lights, yeah. And
Yeah.
then we have like our LEDs that are up back here, and that's it. And the LEDs attract so many
I
bugs.
bet.
It's
Shit, I didn't
crazy.
think
about that.
It's crazy.
Well, because so the first time I ever came out here, it was for sure called Fleetwood.
Okay.
And that was my first time
Yep.
ever out here, and
Mhm.
then we like it turned into Buoy. How long ago did it turn into Buoys?
This summer. And I think
so
it was
this
because
year.
of all
Okay.
the bad rep that came with Fleetwood. Like there was just so much crap that went down. Like I don't even know if I like can go into it all, but
We'll save that for the
yeah,
Patreon.
this was
You have
Patreon.
way more Patreon stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
than you let us
seriously.
on with.
No, this is great.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of dirty stuff on buoys.
Ayo.
We do.
Well, I wish we could show them like the trek it is to like get
Oh.
in
Yeah.
here.
oh, with
It's-
the flooding, it's scary.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's our,
like
there's a
narrow,
whole ass parking lot
long
back
dock.
behind us.
Yeah,
Holy
that
shit,
now it's
that was
gone.
a huge fish.
It
You guys
used
see
to
that?
be this one, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
That was
fish that
wacky.
jumped
Yeah,
out.
that was wacky.
you just saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't see any fish jump out.
All right.
No, but because when it was Fleetwood, I remember taking that path with the railing
Mhm.
and then walking down that.
Mhm.
And then, so like this was new to me because I parked over there. I think it used to be a parking lot over here
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
There is a
Okay.
parking lot
It's
still
like
there. It's
15
just
feet
flooded.
under still.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
But,
Yeah.
well, yeah, down. Oh, down.
That-
oh,
that
even
is
a
further.
parking lot still. It's
Okay,
just
I
flooded.
thought this was just like
No,
always
we're
like
by
this is
a-
how you get up
No,
here.
No.
this has
Okay.
never been a thing. Like I've never had to walk this path besides this year. Which
Okay.
is,
Because it's
that's,
right by the boat
that's
ramp. Yeah.
scary.
What if it floods anymore? Like,
Well, I
Well,
mean,
it's a bit-
it was supposed to be predicted that like that second parking lot was going to be flooded, so all you would have to park is like the very top one.
yeah.
But
That'd be nuts.
thankfully, we got so lucky and it stopped like just before, and
Huh.
now it's going back down again.
So, like, if I jump off of this dock over here,
There's a
It's like
parking
50
lot?
feet.
it's 50 feet.
Yeah,
I'm
we're-
not going
we're
to
in-
hit
we're in an
anything?
ocean.
Okay, cool. That's
We're
what I
in
thought.
an ocean.
I thought this was an ocean.
But like this never floods, right? Because it rises with
Yeah.
the lake. Okay,
Mhm.
so like you don't
Okay,
have to
okay.
worry about any of the flooding.
Gotcha.
For
No.
this.
For this, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was just like curious about that like this it doesn't ever flood this little dock area. It just rises with
Thank
the
God.
lake.
Yeah, thank God.
Because like how would if this were to ever flood, did they ever like tell you or anything like that? Like you guys can go somewhere else because you know on who's on first. Do you think they'd consider to take you guys to pick up shifts there and things like that?
Probably not.
No?
No, probably not.
Well, does the weather
I
ever
think-
contradict?
I mean, yeah,
When
if
you guys work?
if it rains, like it's not super busy, we still come out here because our regulars like bitch at us if we're not here to like serve them drinks or whatever. But if it's bad or if it's like really hot, we usually close for it. But for the most part, like under here, the rain like doesn't have an effect. But if you're outside, like it just sucks because it's an inside outside bar.
Mhm.
So it's like no matter what, you're gonna get like kind of wet. It always blows my mind when people still come out here and it's pouring.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like
but-
sitting out on these tables out here.
Yeah, and they have their raincoats on, and I'm like, how are you having fun? Like you're eating your like soggy food that's getting like drenched in the rain, but I guess like I'll take it. I'd rather have a table than not like make any money.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
Oh, and I
But-
will say too, the last time that I was at Buoy's here, it would have been early July, something like that. And all like there was not any houseboats out here. They were all like parked up on that thing
Oh,
back there.
yeah,
Maybe it was
mhm.
like June. It might have been
Yeah.
June.
yeah,
But-
like early June because that's
Yeah.
when they start pulling them out. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like driving through and I could not figure out like where to park or anything.
Mhm.
And I just remember driving by all the houseboats the whole time. All the Paus Hotes.
The Paus Hotes. Yeah, the Paus Hotes are fun.
Yeah, they look super sick. If I could, I absolutely would live on one.
Did you see the filthy ore?
Filthy ore?
The lime
There's a
green
filthy
boat.
ore here? Where? I just like...
What?
Yeah, there's a houseboat. It's called the filthy ore.
Oh.
Yeah, they all have crazy names. The nice part about the houseboats is when like we have bands and stuff, they'll bring their houseboats up and like line up against the whole entire edge.
Oh.
So that gives us more tips too, because we can serve the houseboats.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really? How does that work?
You just like you hop on and you walk around. They like all connect to
No
each other. You
way.
just
Cool.
yeah, it is cool. It's cool, and they all know each other. So
Yeah.
they're all,
Is it
like,
because we're in
buddies.
international waters? Is that why?
Yeah, yeah. We're actually connected to Canada over here.
I knew it.
So then you guys can actually still serve food even though they're not lined up together. So like, can they order food and then you
Yep.
go on the John boat and then they deliver food to them or no?
We've talked about doing that, and I think that we would make good money doing that, but we don't like. I don't think that any of the servers would want that to be like specifically their job to like go out and like take orders from people on their houseboats.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd do it.
would you? And you
Yeah.
wouldn't take any other like tables? Like,
I just say, I would just, dude, fuck
No.
yeah. I'd drive around on a John boat and just fucking.
no, but you wouldn't. You wouldn't be the one driving around.
Why
you would-
not?
Because it's like the Jumbo people.
Okay, well then me and John can drive around on
So
the
are
boat.
you splitting
and
your
then
tips with the boat people?
Yeah, that's.
Is that how
probably-
that would work?
I don't know.
No,
No,
he
I
just
don't
gets
think
an hourly
so.
wage, and then I get the tips
But-
from going to all the houseboats and partying with them.
But you would
And
hope that they tip you.
Oh,
Because what
dude,
happens
is
if
that
they're
harder?
like, oh,
Like, I live
eh.
here.
Yeah, they're like, I live here. Like,
This is my house
Yeah.
boat.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like riding around on a golf cart, like a beer cart girl.
Yeah,
but
that's
you
what
go
I
on
would
a boat
imagine it
and
to
then you
be,
like
yeah.
ask them like, or you make them like little. You take the John boat and you have drinks or beers like on there as a cooler and be like, hey, do you guys want anything? Or like have or like, oh, I can order you food and I can go back and grab it or whatever. But you can already have like the canned beers and stuff like that and be like, hey, and take the toast thing out there if it's gonna reach the internet out
Yeah.
that far. But
How far? Or you could just like
Do
write it on
cash.
or
you
yeah,
just do
write it on
cash,
a
yeah.
server pad or something.
The only thing that I feel like would be difficult about that is like they all have like kitchens in their houseboats and like they bring out their own booze. So I obviously,
yeah,
I'm
but that's the thing. If
sure-
someone like if they run out of booze or anything like
Yeah.
that, they have the option of like
Yeah.
buying drinks here and things
Yeah.
like that, and you guys can do like.
Okay, so also side question before these people walk up, but like these people are walking up right now, and like, are they living on a houseboat? Like, how do they get to their?
Oh,
or they
dude.
just have a boat?
They probably just are going on a rental boat.
Because like, how do you
they
like,
don't even
bring,
look familiar to me.
How do you like bring like groceries onto your boat without having a boat? Like just through the John boats?
No, you just got to get in the water and swim.
Well, that would be fucking awesome.
Jaydn, it's a boat.
What if
can
they get
drive to
crackers?
the
What if they get
dock.
like saltine crackers? Then what?
Well, then you just put it on your head.
Sometimes people that have
Hold it up.
houseboats have a boat to get
Yeah.
out to their houseboat.
Yeah,
Like
but
a mini
usually
boat?
you take the John boat. Like the
Wait.
marina people are here all the time.
Can I not just drive to the dock?
I mean, they can. I
Okay.
think that it like takes a lot of gas though for them to like get those things up and going.
Well, and also just with like, if they did drive up to the dock, like, then they have to like push it back out and stuff, and like that doesn't seem reasonable. So it makes more sense for them to like only bring it out one time a year and then only bring it back in one time a year, and then they just take either the boats with like their bags of groceries, and then they're like, mine is 1864 Ocean Way.
You guys are making that so much more complicated than it needs to be.
Well, because
I'm
obviously you
confused.
don't know shit about houseboats.
Wait, they don't drive their boats?
They
No,
like
they,
they do.
Like that one is driving right there. He's reversing, or
No,
he's
that
going in
one's-
circles.
Floating.
Yeah,
You're
that
so
guy, he's just floating.
That's
He's-
the wind.
There was one like right here, and now it's way over there.
I think you're making shit up.
I saw one. I saw one.
Okay.
For sure. It looked like it was gonna hit the dock.
Yeah.
I'm just
He's
really
all-
curious on how you
Yeah.
guys operate when people are like when someone gets like super drunk at work, or if you guys are short staffed. That because you guys get so
Oh.
busy. Have you guys ever been short staffed here and you're
Oh
like,
yeah. Michael always gets the shit end of the stick. He's always here.
Wait, our
I thought you were gonna
producer-
say
our
Michael
producer
gets
Michael?
the most
The producer,
shitty
Michael.
and drunk. He gets sent home.
No, he's here on Sundays by himself when it's like the busiest hours, and he has the whole bar. Like I come in and he's like stressing out. He has like 40 tickets like lined up for like the
Jeez.
servers, and then the whole bar is filled, and he's like, oh my god, like, and he only has one hand right now, so
He's like, Meaghan, what the fuck are you doing? Get me on the bar. I can hear it now.
No, I
hear it now.
No, I can see him. He'd be like, I don't need any help. I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
that's what
He's
he
got the
says.
one hand up in the air. He's just making like 4 bottles in one hand. Just
Wait,
like,
I
Still doing flair.
do people
flipping
feel
all 4
bad for
bottles at
him
the same
since he has
time,
a broken
catching
hand?
Yeah, I'm sure that he made good money that day.
oh yeah, the tips with any like broken womb
If you,
or
yeah.
womb.
Well, not
wound,
boom.
wound, any broken limb or wounds at all, I think definitely help your chances of getting better tips.
Well, one of our servers
You have
was
a broken womb though, guaranteed tips.
Oh my gosh.
This is just me with a table full of girls right now talking about broken wombs. All
How
right,
would you know?
next
Finish
question.
your
your water's just like leaking everywhere as you like walk around.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
Okay,
oh man,
okay,
this is
okay,
a good
okay,
conversation,
okay.
dude.
This-
I like
yeah,
this
this
a
is good.
lot.
Is there a certain temperature that it reaches where you guys close? Like if it's 105 degrees, like would you guys close?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
but like the past weekend when it was like 96, like we were still open. Were there
Did you
people out
work?
here? Like no, thankfully I did not work. I had the weekend off because I had like 2 concerts to go to that weekend. But yeah, usually we'll stay open
Luke
because
Combs and Post Malone.
Yep, you know it.
She
You
was
know
there.
it. Yeah,
She
and
was
it was
there.
terrible. It was so hot there.
I know.
I was trying
I
to
know.
drink and like have a good time and I couldn't. I was
No.
like,
I
I
feel-
just need
yeah,
water.
you
I
wouldn't
couldn't
even
get
feel
enough
it,
water.
yeah.
I was,
You should have been up.
migraine.
You could. You didn't. No one wanted to be down in the pit.
no, and I
No,
yeah.
no.
Did you have pit
Oh.
passes? Because I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was terrible. It was so hot.
Damn.
And I wanted to see Luke Combs so bad, and I just like when I was down there, I was like, oh,
I didn't get to see Luke Combs, but I saw Eric Church.
Oh, you saw Eric
I was
Church.
working when Luke Combs was
Oh,
playing.
okay.
Yep. And then I ended up seeing Eric Church when I was done working, and then I got free tickets to go to Post Malone, and then I ended up paying for my pit ticket, and then my friend that I went with, she ended up paying for hers, but it was like way cheaper because the guy was like, I can't be down there, it's way too hot, like it's not even worth paying that much amount of money, but I'll just sell it to you for super cheap. So we did, and then they were handing out waters to everyone.
yeah, in the pit they were. That
Yep.
was so nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
but we kept taking like cases. Like I took 3 cases because I literally put them down by our feet, and I
That's
barely
smart.
I barely drink, and especially when it's hot like that, you don't want to drink.
No.
So like we would literally leave all the cases next to us, and we were people were well, obviously we were gonna share, so like we were handing them out to people that are around us and things like that, and we were chugging water. But I mean, it was a good show. It was a
yeah.
lot of fun. I definitely enjoy doing things like that, especially with I do samplings.
Ooh.
So that's why I was there. Yeah, I work for Neutral in Kona. So we
Okay.
do like the beer samplings and neutral samplings, and I wasn't handing out samples. The actual place, the Newton Speedway, was handing out samples, but we were just handing out merch and things like that. So that's where I got to go and enjoy myself and meet people.
Oh my
that-
gosh, you were handing out merch and I missed that.
Yeah, you should have seen the Neutral booth. It was really
Dang.
cool. It was so much fun. I met a lot of cool people, and yeah, just basically getting your name out there and having fun with Neutral.
Did you guys have air conditioning?
No.
Oh.
Well, in our suite we did.
Oh yeah, the sweets.
Yep.
I heard the sweets were great.
Oh,
they had
yeah.
all the food, all the alcohol,
All the food, all the
everything.
alcohol,
Yeah.
and all the AC. Like we got super cold at one point because we were sitting right next to the air vent because we were outside for so long, and then we like had to disperse. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it was a good time. I'm happy that everyone was taken care of though during the pit and
Yeah.
everything, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm glad that you got to actually enjoy it and then leave everyone else to fend for themselves,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. And I came out here because we were going to Ludacris on Sunday. So I came out here and met with one of my coworkers who I went with, and it was so hot out here. And I was like, thank God I'm not working, because our fans in here only do so much, and like the poor kitchen workers, like they have air conditioning back there, but like
It doesn't
doesn't hold up, and they have
Yeah.
like they have
Especially
all
with,
the
like,
heat with the
ovens.
grills and
Yeah.
and like the fryers and all that, and I'm like, oh, I could not imagine being
No.
back there when it's 96 degrees out.
No.
Do you ever get really bad motion sickness? Does you ever like
No.
feel the dock or anything like that?
I feel the dock because a lot of the times, like the people who rent the boats will like
Mm-hmm.
run into the dock, and it's like a full like you can
Oh.
see the entire dock like moving, or like when we have bands and people are jumping around
Yeah.
and like the whole dock moves. But like I feel like you're usually not if you look outside of the dock, you can see yourself moving, but if you're not paying attention, you don't feel it. Like,
Okay.
honestly, you don't feel it.
Okay, that's
Which
like
is
I'm gonna
really
say,
nice. Yeah.
I haven't felt it move
when
No.
you
Since
go
we've
on
been here.
when you go on
on the
Land.
walkway.
No, walkway is
if
bad.
the walkway is bad, but when you
Yeah.
go on to non-moving land, you'll feel it because
Yeah.
I get really
Oh,
bad motion
interesting.
sickness.
Oh, do you?
Me
Yes.
too. So now I'm scared.
Oh,
yes. So
Right.
like I like if I were to work here, I would probably have to take like a nauseous medication so I wouldn't like get sick.
What
But
is
like,
that?
like the
What is that?
non-drowsy.
What's the nauseous medication called?
Dramamine?
Yeah.
Dramamine? Yeah.
Dramamine.
Which
Dramamine?
makes you so drowsy.
Yeah,
See,
so drowsy.
Okay, so I had like this is totally off topic, but on the topic of Dramamine, I had like a terrible flight back from Austin, Texas once,
Oh, no.
and I was so hungover. I got back from the bars at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and our plane left at like 5 in the morning. So I slept for like a total of 15 minutes, and then like had to be on a plane, and it was the most hungover I've ever been in my entire life. And I just
Oh.
remember I was in a middle seat too.
No.
And as soon as the plane takes off, I'm like, I need to fucking go to the bathroom and puke my brains out. And I just remember the stewardess looked at me and she was like, you know the seatbelt sign is on, right? I was like, lady, get out of my fucking way
Oh,
before I puke on your feet
no.
right now. And then she I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Basically, I didn't say that, but I was thinking that in my head.
At least like on a plane, you have an excuse. Just be like, I have severe motion
Yeah.
sickness.
No, I told him immediately. I was like,
Fuck.
I was at Austin City Limits yesterday for the last 3 days. I'm so drunk right now.
Yeah.
I'm still so hungover. And I spent that entire plane trip from Austin to Minneapolis in the bathroom. And like I tried to get back to my seat a couple times, and they even like moved me to the aisle seat so that I could like move out and stuff. And I remember the lady sitting next to me was like, I have Dramamine. And I was like, I'm not taking any pills right now. Not knowing what it was. And I was just like, I
you
would-
should have taken her for that offer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it does help.
It
Flying
really
hungover
does.
I
is
did
so
not-
different.
I did not
Yeah.
know what it was, but I was like, drugs is the last thing I need right now.
That
Yeah.
drug you needed.
Yeah,
I
for
needed
sure.
something, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, have you ever had anyone be like super drunk and try to swim out to their boat?
Oh my
No,
gosh.
but we had
I
somebody
could
who
swim
was
to any
trying
of
to.
these boats right
Yeah,
here.
they're actually really close. But like
I
we've
know I
had some
could.
people like hammered, and well, this is one person in particular that tried to go on her paddleboard after like she was hammered. I think she was on like a
Oh.
rental boat or something, and she came in and then she got a drink here, and she was like trying to take her paddleboard back to her houseboat. And she was trying to get on there, and it was pitch black out. It was like 10 p.m. And we're like, there's no way, lady. Like, there's John boat still. You can take your John boat. I understand that your paddleboat's here, but your paddleboard's here. But like, no. Like, there's no lights out there. Like, what are you going to do if you fall in? Like, nobody's
Yeah.
going to see you.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's hard to like enforce that though. So we like now have security guards that are down here. But like, there's so many weirdos out here. There's so many.
Well, and
It's-
also paddleboards do take a lot of balance.
yeah, a
Like,
lot
they
of balance.
really
And if
do.
you're drunk, like even if you're sitting on it, like
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they look like they're super easy, but you have to learn how to get up
Yeah.
on them before you can actually
yeah,
do it.
exactly. So I was like,
I'm a pretty good boarder, I will say.
I don't trust myself doing anything in the water when I'm drunk.
Me
No.
neither.
No, but-
me neither.
I imagine that people will get drunk like on here and they want to jump in the water. No?
No,
I
actually,
would. I do right now.
no. Surprisingly, like we haven't had anybody who's like, oh yeah, I want to. I think it's because most of the people who come here know how dirty this water is.
Yeah.
Like once you get out in the middle, like it's a lot cleaner. But like over here, it's
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. Because you have the gasoline, you have all the food that everybody feeds the fish with. You have like the alcohol that falls in the water,
Yeah.
and like
How much alcohol falls in the
Yikes.
water?
well, a lot.
Oh.
You're just like you just empty the bottles
I
out.
think
and
that all the
like-
fish are drunk in the water at all times.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh,
those
that's why
carbs
they're
are
just
pretty
chilling
fucking
around
big.
here.
yeah, yeah.
You think
they
they're
love
alcoholics?
it.
Is that why they're so big?
The
Yeah,
fish?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That could be why they're so big.
Drunk
Yeah.
fish?
Drunk fish. We have
Oh
drunk fish.
no. Oh my goodness.
We gotta catch some of those
They
fish.
live their best life out here though.
We
No,
catch 'em
somebody
up.
like dead ass caught it, like put their hand in the water, pulled it out, not even with a fishing pole, and it like the whole entire restaurant smelled so bad
What?
because they're so stinky. I don't
The
know. I don't know
carp.
what
It's
it is.
Carp. It's
Yeah,
the
but
carp fish.
Do
So
carp
you
do
can't
carp
eat
just always
them?
have like a bad smell?
Yes,
I think
they
you can
stink,
eat 'em.
and then the catfish stink just as bad because they're
But you
bottom
can
feeders.
eat catfish
Oh.
and carp. Like
Yeah.
You
eat
can
both
eat
of
them, but I don't know
yeah.
if it'd be like, oh yum. Like I wouldn't
I've
be like,
I've
I'm
had
craving
catfish
it.
catfish
good.
before. I've
Yeah.
had
Catfish is good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh.
not bad. It's like
No.
I don't know. I don't like fish.
You don't like fish?
I do
like
not
no
like fish.
sushi.
None.
No sushi.
Oh,
I don't know.
What?
I don't know what the fad is about sushi, but I'm good on that.
there's a big fad with sushi. I could eat it every
I
single
just
day.
like sushi.
I just love
No.
it.
I don't
know.
I,
I
can
like
like
sashimi.
And
the
it
raw
has to be
fish,
like
no.
it has to be a cooked
Oh, cooked.
roll though. Like what is it? What's that one?
Like the
Crab roll,
California.
The California roll.
tempura.
When people
What's
say
the
I love
one-
sushi and they're like,
what's the
"Give me
one that like the
California."
karate guy? What's his name? Redhead.
Karate guy.
Yeah. God.
Kung fu? Kung
No,
fu?
hang on. It's gonna come to me. Just give me a second.
It's
I
a
gotta think
restaurant or a
about it.
person?
No, it's a person. They named it
From a movie.
Hang on.
If you know, put it down in the comments below.
yeah, no, it's literally what it's named after. This roll is what it's named after. It's a cooked sushi roll.
Oh, you're thinking Bruce Lee.
No,
Okay.
it's
well,
not. I'll figure it out.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
He's
what
right.
that
He's a
is.
redhead.
He's a redhead kung fu guy?
He does karate.
That doesn't sound right. None of that is adding
Hang
up.
Like
on,
Karate
what-
Kid?
No, we'll have to look it up.
Jaden Smith.
No, what is wrong with you?
What?
He's the other Karate Kid.
Regardless, I would not
God,
want to
no
eat
karate.
fish, and I definitely would not want anyone to be
And it's
pulling out their
taekwondo.
fish and like showing me their fish that they got from this lake. Because you just said this shit is dirty. It is dirty. I have done some dirty things in this freaking lake.
Where?
Wait,
what?
guys.
We'll save that for the
No,
Patreon.
no. Think about how many people freaking pee in the lake
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
never
and
peed
take
in
a
lakes.
shit on the
And we
freaking
Throw,
shore.
throw up in the lake.
Yeah.
Enough water. It's
Yeah.
diluted enough.
I
Well,
don't
we're
know.
closed today, so I would hope that this place doesn't have anything around the water.
I really want to know, like, if they ever go like fish out like all of like the phones and things like that, like,
Oh,
like the scuba
sunglasses.
divers and
Yeah,
stuff?
Well, we don't have like a scuba diver, but like our like marina people have this like magnet that's connected to a long like string or
Yeah.
whatever it's called, and they throw
Rope.
it in and they pull in like so much crap.
Oh
I don't
my
think it
gosh.
connects to phones. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. I was serving this gal one day who was out on her boat, and she dropped her phone in the water, and she's like, "I just got this 2 weeks ago. Like I don't know what to do." And I'm like, I would jump in the water, but it's like 60 feet right now. Like I'm not going after that.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
gosh.
And like to like make her feel better, I went over to like the marina and I was like, "Hey, can you go tell her that like you guys can like try to fish it out?" But I just felt so bad. Like the amount of people who like drop their crap in the water is insane.
Oh, I'm sure.
It just that's
It-
my biggest fear, honestly, is
I
like
just wanna
dropping
get,
something
like,
in there.
scuba gear and just go.
I don't know if I want to see what's
Treasure
in the
hunt.
water.
That's
I
a
do.
good
You'd
point.
probably see
Also,
like a dead body.
That's kind of scary to think about.
yeah.
Well, dead bodies float. Not that I would know.
not
Unless they're-
necessarily.
No,
or
unless
like
you
a
sink 'em.
car.
They
like
usually
a car
say-
gets
If they're
Oh my
well,
gosh.
yeah, but they're still gonna be floating at the top of the car. But you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
there was somebody who died in Party Cove last summer, and they were like down at the very bottom, like wrapped up in like weeds.
How many
my
deaths
God.
happen here
Dude,
on
I
the
don't
lake,
even
not this
know.
restaurant? And how
I
many
don't.
in the
I don't
lake?
even know. There has to be at least like 20 each summer.
Really?
Yeah, you just don't know about it.
You just they usually don't like make it a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, death is no big deal.
not at all.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well,
anyways.
that's a dark note.
Sorry.
Let's change the subject.
Yeah. I broke a fucking glass in my ice well this weekend.
That's why we don't have glass here. For all the people who
Oh my
ask if we have
gosh.
bottles, and I say no, and then do we have glass cups that they can put their beer in? No. I'm like,
That's
oh my gosh, that's
really
terrible.
great.
It's a hell of a transition.
mean,
Does it
That
make it
makes sense.
taste that much different?
I
With a
don't-
gla-
Some
with
people
glass?
claim that, but it's only usually like picky people that are
Okay,
annoying
wait
as
though.
shit.
I
Yeah,
wanted
it's
to like
always
ask
the
you
annoying
guys.
people.
Like, I really like fun cocktail glasses. Like,
like
Oh, like the
flutes.
swirly ones?
yeah, just like, or wait, your little like vial things that.
Oh yeah.
Shots?
Oh,
Are those
yeah,
glass?
No,
No,
they're
no,
plastic.
They're
Oh,
plastic.
okay,
They're
okay.
plastic.
What are those
Yes.
called?
They're called.
Is that a full
shooters.
shot?
Are they shooters?
I think that like the
No,
'cause,
they
like,
have a different name. It's like something shooter. What are they called? One of our team of producers. Test tubes.
test
Oh,
tube.
yeah.
Yeah,
Test
we're like
tube
scientists
shooters,
over here. Yeah.
Straight up bar science.
Anyways, I don't know if any of you guys have ever done that before, but I can't use that fucking ice well for the rest of the night. So luckily we have two, and I put ice in the other ice well. It's like 1 a.m. at this point, and I'm like,
you
"Ugh,
couldn't
it's
burn
fine."
the ice.
Couldn't what?
You couldn't burn the ice.
What do you mean?
Do you not have like you couldn't burn the ice?
Or
You
just
couldn't-
like scoop the ice out.
I mean, I could have, but it was busy at that point that I just put it in the other ice well, and that at the end of the night, I
okay.
melted all the ice and like
Yeah.
made sure there's no glass in there.
So you just abandoned that well at
Yeah.
that point, and
Yeah.
then you're just like, fuck
Yeah.
it.
especially
I
when
did.
you're busy, that makes more sense instead of like trying to like clean it up and whatnot. Will I mean, you have 2. That's good because
Well,
sometimes like
yeah.
not everyone has
Yeah.
2. They only
Yeah,
have 1.
we only have 1. Well, we have 2, but we only use 1. So like I've broken plenty of glasses
Yeah.
inside the, and then it's just, or if you because we also serve like Pepsi and kids drinks and tables and stuff too. So if you spill like a bottle of rum or something in it and it doesn't break, but there's rum all over the ice, then it's like you can't serve that
Right,
ice
yeah.
to
Right.
like
The
children.
kid
or
gets
anything
drunk
like that.
from the ice.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
yeah, we have to burn it immediately. And usually like most people, from my experience anyways, most people see it happen or that are sitting around the bar, and then it's like, well, fuck. And usually what I'll do at that moment is I'll just scrape it all out into a bucket and then just dump the bucket out back and then just
Like
get
refill
new ice
it,
and
yeah.
we'll like
Yeah.
wash it all out and
Right.
do all that.
We burn the ice though quite often.
is
We
that
burn the ice like you put like hot water
water on
over
it.
the ice
Oh,
so that it
yeah.
all melts.
Yeah.
So we do that, but like if it's something where it's like we're busy and since we only use the one well, it's just so much faster to just scrape
Scoop
it
it
out
out,
instead
yeah.
of waiting for it to melt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we do.
Well, guys, we don't do any of that.
Yeah, because you don't have to
You
worry
just
about
leave
breaking
the
the
glass.
glass.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. If we worked with glass, I'm the most clumsy person ever, and I would drop everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of things that I've dropped here and spilled here is actually insane, and I'm so glad that we're outside, so I don't have to like actually try to clean it up, because that would be the death of me.
Yeah, because you actually have birds and things like that that come by and just snatch
they'll-
it up.
they'll
and
eat it up. Yeah, they love it. They
Oh
love it.
my goodness. So what's the highest tab you've ever had here?
Oh god.
The biggest tab.
So we had a party this summer who wanted to spend $1,500. That was their like limit. They're like, we're gonna spend $1,500 and then we'll tip you like the 20% off of that. And then he didn't end up. They didn't like the party didn't end up spending the full $1,500. So he tipped us what was left of the $1,500, which I think was like $600.
Oh, that's nice.
It was good.
So I'm glad
it
that
was
he
good.
did that instead of just like tipping the 20%
off
of
of that.
not
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
spending 1500.
Because he was like, I want to at least spend $1,500. Was his like, I don't even know what the party was for, but that was great. Usually like too with the house parties who come in, they leave their tab open all day, so it builds and builds and builds because they'll go out on their boats and they'll like bring drinks with them from here, and then, yeah, I don't know what it is with people here, but they drink. They drink, so their tabs build
Well,
fast.
so okay, I had 2 things I was gonna say. So the first thing is that like I feel like every time I've been here, when there's a ton of people here and I'm drinking here, it feels like this is just like a big, like it feels like you're on vacation. Even us just sitting here right now, it feels like we're on like vacation right
Yeah.
now. And then the second thing I was gonna say is like, oh, so I guess that's why like people would like probably spend more money, because it's like it just feels like you're not in Iowa. I
Yeah,
guess.
you're outside, you're on the lake, you're boating. Usually the people
Yeah.
who come in and just like got off the boat, like everybody's in a good mood. If you're in a bad mood, there's always somebody who's in a bad mood.
Shocker.
Which
they,
is, yeah,
they just live on
it
a houseboat
ruins-
with
yeah.
boats and like all this shit, and they're like on the water all day long and they're
Yeah.
pissed
All
off.
these tourists.
God, that must suck.
Must
Okay.
suck. Like worst life ever. We're
Yeah.
out and like the people who come in with their families and they sit at a table, they don't talk to like nobody talks, and you have to like go up to them and be like, hey, like how are you guys doing today? And nobody says anything. They just stare at you.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the worst. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're outside, we are in the sun. Like, why can't we be in a good mood?
Yeah.
Even the kids are like,
yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
I don't-
is
what happened
wrong with
before
you
this?
people?
How many couples do you have here that fight here?
Oh. We did like 2 summers ago have a couple, or like a divorced couple that had what's that called?
A mutual houseboat. It's like a
no,
divorced
no,
child.
no.
Like they have to split
No.
winters with the
What's-
with the houseboat.
No, what's that called when you like can't like be within like 500 feet
Oh
of somebody?
gosh, like
A
a
restraining
A
order.
Restraining order, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They had a restraining order against each other, and they both showed up here at the same time because they're both regulars here, and they like threw a whole fit. We had to have I think this was the first summer that
Who called the
Fleetwood
cops
was
first?
open. We did. Because it would turn into like she said, he said, and then it was like this whole thing, and I think like the friends were getting into it too, and so we had to have the security like come down here and like pull him apart. I think they took the dude out. I don't know. It's always the dude that gets taken out, right?
They just like push him
but-
off the dock and
yeah,
then they just
they,
deal
they're
with
like
it from there.
bye. Just- But yeah, besides that, I mean, I feel like these past few summers have been really chill. Like we haven't had anybody like start anything, which has been good.
Yeah.
At least while I've been here. But the first summer we were here, things were crazy. Things were so crazy. We had such a bad rep.
That was when it was Fleetwood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So second question then was like, how, like, what are the, because like in international waters, like obviously the laws are different, which is what we're on right now. So like, are we allowed to smoke crack, or is that like?
Yeah, you can really smoke anything out here.
No, but like, okay, so for like drinking though, like on a boat, like is that like what are the rules for drinking on a boat?
I
Like,
mean, I think it's just like if you're driving the boat, like you can't drink.
oh, only if you're driving.
Yeah, like you have
Okay.
to have a DD, but like everybody else can be like hammered. Like it
And
doesn't
like
matter.
open
Yeah.
containers,
Open containers,
all of that.
fine. Yeah.
Do you guys?
At least that I know of.
Sailorville does have security though that like
Yeah.
like patrols.
Oh
the-
yeah, like the lake patrol. Yeah.
Yeah, they
'Cause
have
it's,
to.
it's a pretty big lake for Iowa. It's not like massive, but it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking
But I
big.
don't think our lake patrol is very strict because I know like when I've gone to Okoboji in the past, like the lake patrol will like
Yeah.
come up to your boat and like make sure that you guys like have like a DD or like whatever.
and life
Yeah.
jackets.
life jackets,
And they
everything.
ask who your DD is, and they want to make
Yeah.
sure that you
and
actually
they
have
check
a
your
boating
IDs.
license.
If you're drinking, they check everybody's IDs. But like
Yeah.
here, like I've never like heard of anything like that. I think the lake patrol is usually like if somebody drowns or if somebody's like boat is like going underwater or sinking or whatever. Like I don't think there's ever been any.
Has that ever happened?
Oh yeah.
A boat getting like has a boat ever gotten stolen? Like someone accidentally thinking it's their boat because they're so drunk,
Oh.
and like they take off with
not
it.
that I know of.
No? That'd be interesting.
Not that I know of.
We
I'm
should
sure,
have a
I'm
poor
sure it's
people boat
happened.
theft.
Yeah, sure. Let's just go steal a houseboat.
There's
really
one
quick.
right over here.
Dude,
Or
you
not a
don't-
houseboat, but there's
you
one of
don't
those
even
John
know.
boats. We'll just steal John's boat and
would
we'll just go, dude.
fuck
There's,
is
there's
John?
gas, there's fuel, there's everything.
We're set. We're set.
We're
it would be
good.
so easy to steal a houseboat here.
Really?
Like actually, they would just drop you off there because they'd think that you're like a guest, and then you could just drive off with it.
We gotta cut
Besides,
that.
yeah, now everybody's gonna come here. And
Yeah.
steal
Because
a
we're all
houseboat.
gonna steal a houseboat. We're just gonna do every podcast from the stolen houseboats. Today on 4 people.
Now
Oh
we're
God.
on Who's Hose Houseboat. We've got hose.
Whores and oars.
Yeah,
Oh my
oars,
God.
oars, houseboat.
What was it? My Big Whore or something?
No, no.
What was the name of the boat?
the
Me
filth-
and My Oar.
Wait, I like
The
that.
filthy or
I was close.
goodness, I can't believe you right
Me
now.
and my 10 oars.
God, I can't.
I have a question.
I got an answer.
Did you guys know you're not supposed to put like your metal shaker cups straight into the ice bin to scoop ice?
I knew that.
Wait, I don't think
And
I've ever
glass.
done that before, but I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
And glass too. You're not supposed
I
to
do that, and I've had shards of metal in my hand multiple times, and then
That's why you don't do it. Same thing
Wait,
with
it
glass.
actually
too.
comes off?
It can, yeah.
Yeah, it splinters
And
off.
same thing with glass too. Is like you're not supposed to take a glass like glass whiskey glass or something like that, and then a glass
I knew
whiskey
never
glass.
like
never
break
glass
that,
in the
yeah.
ice well, but yeah, I didn't know like my metal shaker
Yeah,
cup
no,
wasn't
you're always
supposed to go
supposed.
straight in
Oh,
You're always
that's
supposed to
kinda
scoop
scary.
it into.
I want to
Yeah.
know who your favorite regular is.
Oh.
Well, you can't name names. Just give us a story or something.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh, okay. My favorite regular. I'm trying to think of like a story that goes along with him. He's in here every single day and always
Just
buys us
or
all
just
shots.
how kind or
Yeah,
annoying.
he
or
always buys
whatever.
us all shots and like gets the same thing every day, so he knows it. Like it's just easy. Like he'll come in and like you just know, like you just make their drink for them and like they're so easy. I don't know. I mean, there's like a lot of bad regulars too who are like so needy. Like they come in acting like this is their bar.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, like it'll be so busy and they'll be like, hey, over here,
Yeah.
they're like back of the line, like 5 people back. And
No.
you're like, no.
I know
Like
the
you are
owner.
not, yeah. And like,
energy.
yeah. And then they like come in and assume that they like get like free shit too. And I'm like, no.
Yep.
I
No.
will say I met a regular here once, and it was my ex-girlfriend's art teacher.
What?
Yeah,
Wait.
Yeah, it was
I gotta
the
know the name,
weirdest
though.
thing. I don't know the name. I don't
Oh,
even remember the name. I have a
shoot.
picture.
An art teacher.
I have a picture, but I don't even remember how we got on that topic at all. Cause I got pretty fucking drunk when I was here that one time.
That's what usually happens. If I come here when I'm not working, I'm not gonna be.
I came
I
here-
get way too drunk.
Like my initial plan was to like come here and hang out for like an hour or
Mhm.
two, and then go home and just like work on stuff and do all that. But then when I was doing that, I kept getting like fed drinks basically.
yeah.
And then from there, I had a group of friends just show up, like a whole group, and I was like, okay, well
Might
now I
as
have to
well.
stay.
Might
yeah.
as well.
Ended up like I didn't close it down, but I was here until dark at least.
Yeah.
And then, but in that time before my friends got here and me sitting at the bar, I was like talking to this lady next to me. I was like sitting at like this end of the bar over here, and this like lady and her husband sit down at the bar. And I just remember being like, I don't remember what it was. It was something like I asked her, so like, do you guys have like a boat or something here? And then she was like, no, it's our friend's boat. We're from this place or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, do you know this person, my ex-girlfriend? She's like, oh, actually, I'm her old art teacher from elementary school. And I was like, fucking A. Like,
What a small world.
obviously. Yeah.
funny.
Like, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that happened. And then I haven't been here since that night. And also, I had just started, the day before, I had just started working at Who's On First. Wanted to start bartending here.
Yeah.
And then was...
Sorry, I took your place.
You took my place? It was you?
I don't know.
No, it was you. Heather, you liar. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Name of the game.
Stir in the pot.
Now
Stir
it
in the
hurts.
pot.
Now I'm mad. No, but no. So, and then even the owner from Who's On First, I'd met him the first day I started. I was here, saw him here. And then the next day after I was here and got shit-faced, I had to go back and work for my second training shift.
Oh, no.
And he came in, the owner came in and was like, oh, I saw him at Buoy's yesterday.
You're like, no, you didn't.
And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you looked like you were having fun. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna get fired. I was like, this
no,
is-
they like that.
Yeah.
They like when you have fun here.
Yeah. And then he was like, I was like, yeah, probably too much fun. He was like, that's never a problem, man. And then we just like.
Brings you together.
But little
was
did he know
super
that you were
cool.
drunk doing that,
Yeah,
right?
but I was also trying to like keep it cool because I knew he was here and I had just started, so I was like very
Oh, that's
intoxicated.
the worst
but
when
also,
you're like hammered and you want to have a good time, but you have to like act like
you have to
you're
like
so-
try to be like
Yeah.
somewhat
Yeah.
coherent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like black out or anything, but it was still a good time. I had a lot of fun.
Jaydn?
You guys
Yeah.
know what's so crazy about this place?
What?
What's the craziest thing?
Okay, it's not like the craziest thing, but this place is like actually a dating website. Like I have met
Where?
I met my ex-boyfriend here, and I met the guy that I probably will marry here. He lives in Arizona now, so it's like not.
You're
he's
gonna
not
marry
listen-
him
don't-
here?
He's not listening to this. He's not allowed to listen to this.
No.
But yeah,
What's his name?
He better.
I can't say.
What's the
but-
website? There's so many websites. You got to give me the exact website.
No, there's not a dating website here. I'm saying
this place. Come
like,
to this
working
place,
here.
Jaydn.
Working here, because then the tables like fall in love with
I've been
you.
trying to get a fucking job here for how long now?
That's why you're single.
It's this bar's fault is why I'm still single.
But it's crazy because like everybody here is like they have a boat and they're like, oh my gosh, come on our boat, and I'm always like, "What?" And then when you finally give it a chance, it's
And
like,
then,
wait,
and
I
then you have to
kinda-
walk on
Yeah.
the boat afterwards.
Aw.
No, but it's actually crazy. Like I've met 3 guys that I've like dated or talked to. Like what? No, way more than 3. Way more than 3. Now that I think about it.
Nice.
But they were like smaller periods of time. But it's just weird because you know like when you like work, you like if like especially the regulars. There's a few regulars who like want to be with me, and I just don't know how to say. I'm so bad at saying no. Like I've never been good at saying no, so I usually like.
So you
lead it
just
on.
only say yes.
I lead it on, and I'm like, they're like, oh, do you want to like stay and have a drink with me? And I'm like, oh, not tonight.
Well-
or like they'll like be like, oh, let's go out and like get drinks together, and I'm like, oh, like I'm busy, but like when they come in here, I like flirt with them.
Well, it's
But
it
you gotta
helps your
build that
tips.
tip.
And,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Gotta build
And
that
they're
tip.
regulars, like you know, you
Can't
don't
be
want to piss
mean.
them off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, also like, I don't know. I feel like people should know that coming into a bar, and it's like a cute female
Yeah, true.
bartender.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm available, but I'm not available.
Be like, I will stand behind here and like
I'll flirt
with you
away.
and
Yeah.
tell you what you want to hear
You
while
being
I'm
nice
working.
is-
But
well,
like,
as soon as I'm off the clock, bye, bitch.
Yeah.
Bye.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I do the
I
same
will
thing.
be
I do
cold
the
as
exact same
fuck.
thing.
I'm sure you do.
Well, on that note, how are we doing on time?
We're pretty good. I think we're coming up on an hour. Do we have any other topics? We have nothing else. Do you have anything else you want to talk about other than
Everything
Patreon
is on the
stuff?
Patreon, yeah.
Yeah, we got
I think Patreon is going to be
nice.
juicy today.
Okay, we got some juicy ass Patreon content. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. We still need to get our Snapchat. We need to do that like ASAP. But we'll have that going. And yeah, I think that's it.
Cheers for
For
richer,
richer,
for
for
poor.
poor.
Thank you for watching Poor People.
Oh, I love that. Oh God.
It smells like shit.